Welcome to Revisit Podcast, where we turn books into bite-sized wisdom you can use every day. Today, we're unraveling a truly impactful guide, one that's shifted how millions think about personal growth. James Clear's Atomic Habits.
Oh, it's definitely foundational, yeah. Clear provides such a clear, actionable framework
Right.
for cultivating good habits and, maybe more importantly, dismantling the unhelpful ones. It's all built on this understanding that even the smallest, most consistent actions can, accumulate into something really remarkable.
And his own journey to writing this book is quite something, isn't it? Clear shares his personal story, starting with that devastating high school baseball accident. Hit in the face, multiple skull fractures, even a coma.
Sounds terrifying.
Absolutely. He dreamt of playing professionally, yet he was cut from the varsity team initially. But then he applied the very principles he now champions.
The atomic habits themselves.
Exactly. Not only made the varsity team as a senior, but went on to be named the top male athlete at Denison University and an ESPN academic All-America. Quite the turnaround.
What's truly fascinating there is how his personal recovery became the proving ground for these ideas.
Like a laboratory.
Right. He wasn't just researching habits in theory, he was living them. He had to rely on those small, consistent actions to rebound from that serious injury, perform at an elite level, and then later, build a successful writing career in business.
Yeah.
That practical lived experience gives his advice such a profound depth and, I think, relatability too.
It definitely anchors the theory in reality. So for you listening right now, when we talk about atomic habits, what exactly is Clear getting at with that specific term, atomic?
Well, Clear uses atomic to refer to something incredibly small. Think like the single irreducible building block of a larger system.
Okay.
He's arguing that these tiny, seemingly insignificant shifts in behavior, when you apply them consistently, they don't just add up, they compound.
Compound.
Leading to monumental changes over time. It's sort of like that famous strategy from the British cycling team.
Oh, the marginal gains.
Exactly. The aggregation of marginal gains. Just aiming to improve by 1% in everything you do. Seems tiny, right?
Yeah, almost nothing.
But over a year, that seemingly small edge makes you mathematically 37 times better than when you started.
Wow. That math alone is enough to make you pause and reconsider your daily routines. So at its core, Atomic Habits by James Clear is a comprehensive guide. It's about understanding how our daily routines fundamentally shape our lives. And crucially, how we can consciously re-engineer them.
Precisely. The book really challenges that common instinct we all have, to focus on major overhauls or these dramatic transformations.
Like New Year's resolutions that fizzle out.
Exactly that. Instead, it champions the quiet power of these small, deliberate changes.
Yeah.
It's all about consciously designing your life, your environment, your processes.
Designing them so
that the behaviors you want become easy, attractive, and satisfying. And, just as important, the ones you don't want become difficult and unsatisfying.
And it's definitely not just a collection of life hacks or quick fixes, is it?
Oh, not at all.
Clear really delves into the underlying psychology, the science of how habits actually form, and critically, how they stick.
Absolutely. He breaks down the entire habit loop into 4 fundamental steps. There's the cue, then the craving, the response, and finally the reward.
Cue, craving, response, reward. Got it.
And what's powerful about this isn't just understanding the loop itself. It's realizing that once you grasp these steps, you can essentially reverse engineer any habit.
Any habit, good or bad.
Yep. Whether it's a good one you want to build or a bad one you're desperate to break, it moves you beyond just wishing for change to actually building a reliable system for making it happen.
That sounds incredibly practical. So for you, our listener, who exactly is this book for? I mean, who stands to gain the most from really diving into these ideas?
Well, I think this book speaks directly to anyone who feels overwhelmed by those big, ambitious goals. Or maybe someone who's just been frustrated by a lack of consistent progress, despite having really good intentions.
That feeling of knowing what to do, but not doing it?
Exactly. If you've ever found yourself saying, I know what I should do, but I just don't do it, then this book offers a pathway out of that cycle. It's truly for the person who needs practical, step-by-step strategies to translate those good intentions into, tangible, consistent action.
So whether you're maybe a student striving for better study habits or a professional aiming to boost productivity at work,
or even just someone looking to live a healthier, maybe more fulfilling life in general.
you're going to find genuinely actionable wisdom within these pages.
That's right. And it's particularly useful, I find, for those who have that aha moment.
What kind of moment?
The realization that their current outcomes,
Mm-hmm.
their financial situation, their health, their knowledge base, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
are actually just lagging measures of their past habits.
Right, they're the result, not the cause.
Precisely. Clear helps you shift your focus from simply wishing for different results to actively building the robust systems that will inevitably produce those results down the line. It really empowers you, the listener, to become the architect of your own life, rather than just, say, a passive observer.
Okay, let's unpack some of the most powerful lessons then, the ones that truly stand out from Atomic Habits. We've distilled them into a few key insights for you to consider.
Yeah, here's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Okay, first up, one of Clear's most compelling insights, and really a great place for us to start, is the almost unbelievable impact of getting just 1% better, or conversely, 1% worse each day.
The compounding effect.
Exactly. He argues that focusing on this tiny daily improvement can lead to astounding results over time. If you actually manage to get 1% better every single day for a year, the math works out, you end up 37 times better.
It's incredible when you see the numbers.
Conversely, just getting 1% worse each day basically leads to a near total decline, close to zero. It really hammers home that these small daily choices compound dramatically, leading to vastly different life trajectories.
And this concept is so crucial because it highlights that your overall trajectory, the direction you're heading, is far more important than your current results.
Where you are right now.
Precisely. The challenge, though, and where people get tripped up, is that progress often isn't linear.
Right, it's not a straight line up.
No. And that's where people get discouraged. Clear illustrates this brilliantly with what he calls the plateau of latent potential.
The plateau of latent potential. Tell me more.
Okay, think of it like an ice cube. It only starts melting at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, right? 0 Celsius. The room could slowly warm up from, say, 25 degrees to 31 degrees.
And nothing happens to the ice.
Exactly. You wouldn't see any change.
Yeah.
But your effort isn't wasted during this time. It's being stored, it's accumulating until you hit that breakthrough point, that 32nd degree.
Okay.
It's why so many seemingly overnight successes, when you look closer, are actually the culmination of countless unacknowledged, small, persistent efforts over a long period.
That plateau of latent potential is such a powerful visual metaphor. So what this means for you, listening, is trusting the process.
Yes.
Even when you don't see those immediate visible results, the work you're putting in is absolutely accumulating. It's building towards that eventual breakthrough. And often it just takes that one more degree for the ice to finally melt.
Well put.
Building on that idea of process, another huge shift in perspective from Clear is his argument to, well, surprisingly, forget about goals and focus on systems instead.
This one really makes you think.
Doesn't it? We're so often drilled, set specific, actionable goals, smart goals, all that. But Clear points out that winners and losers often share the exact same goals.
That's the kicker.
So what truly differentiates them, he argues, are their underlying systems.
Exactly. See, a goal is about the result you want to achieve, the destination. But a system is about the process, the journey, that consistently leads to those results. He really brings to light 3 fundamental problems with a goals-first mentality.
Okay, what are they?
First, achieving a goal is often only a momentary change. If you don't alter the underlying system that produced the initial problem, the messy habits, for instance, you'll find yourself chasing the same outcome again and again.
Right, like constantly cleaning a messy room without changing the habits that make it messy in the first place. You're only treating a symptom.
Precisely. Second, a singular focus on goals can actually restrict your happiness. It creates this mindset of, once I reach my goal, then I'll be happy.
Delaying gratification indefinitely.
Right, putting off satisfaction until the next milestone. A systems-first approach, however, means you can find satisfaction anytime your system is running as intended. You get to enjoy the process itself.
That's a healthier way to live.
And third, goals often create an either-or conflict. You either succeed or you fail. You disappoint yourself. Whereas a well-designed system can be successful in many forms, adapting and evolving, not just hitting that one specific target.
That's a profound reframe. So this isn't about abandoning aspirations or ambitions at all.
No, not at all.
But rather, for you, it's about shifting focus. It's about falling in love with the process itself, trusting that if your system is sound, the desired outcomes aren't just probable, they'll naturally follow as a consequence.
Beautifully said.
Which leads us nicely to what I think is perhaps the deepest, maybe the most impactful takeaway from the book. Clear's assertion that true behavior change isn't really about what you want to achieve.
Hmm.
It's about identity change.
Yes.
He outlines these three layers of change: outcome, process, and identity, and argues the most effective way to truly transform your habits is to shift your focus from what you want to get to who you wish to become.
This really is where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? What's fascinating here is the idea that every single action you take is, in essence, a vote.
A vote.
A vote for the type of person you want to be. For example, if you aspire to be a writer, the habit isn't just write a book. That's an outcome. The identity-based habit is, I am a writer, therefore I write every day.
Ah, connecting the action to the identity.
Exactly. With each sentence you complete, you're casting a vote for your identity as a writer. And the more pride you associate with an aspect of your identity, the more intrinsically motivated you'll be to maintain the habits that support it.
Makes sense. Like if you take pride in your physical strength.
You're far less likely to skip that upper body workout, right? Your consistent habits literally reveal and reinforce your identity, both to yourself and to the world.
That reframes so many small daily decisions. It makes you ask, what stands out to you right now about the person you aspire to become? This perspective truly helps align those tiny actions with your larger sense of self, transforming them from chores into, well, powerful affirmations of who you are.
It's a powerful motivator.
So once you've kind of committed to that new identity and understood the power of focusing on systems, the natural question becomes, okay, how do I actually build the habits to support it?
Right. The practical how-to.
And that's where Clear gives us his incredibly practical, actionable framework. The 4 laws of behavior change. These are like the levers you can pull to make positive habits almost effortless and negative ones nearly impossible.
Exactly. They provide the roadmap. Let's break down each one.
Let's do it. Law number 1.
The first law is make it obvious. The core idea here is that habits are often triggered by subtle, almost unconscious cues in our environment.
Things we don't even notice.
Right. So the insight is to become truly aware of these cues. He suggests using tools like a habit scorecard just to track and identify your current behaviors, good and bad. Then you can intentionally design your environment. He talks about using implementation intentions, which is a fancy way of saying you pre-decide when and where you'll perform a new habit. Like specifically stating, I will meditate for 1 minute at 7 a.m. in my kitchen.
Very specific.
Or using habit stacking, where you link a new habit you want to form directly to an existing one you already do. For instance, after I pour my morning coffee existing habit, I will meditate for 1 minute new habit.
So it's about literally placing your desired actions directly in your line of sight or linking them tightly to something you already do without thinking, like keeping your running shoes right by the front door.
Exactly. It makes the good choice the path of least resistance. And this leads us smoothly into the second law. Make it attractive.
Okay, attractive. How do we do that?
Well, our brains are fundamentally wired for anticipation. That dopamine spike we get thinking about a reward drives us towards things we find rewarding or pleasurable. Clear introduces a technique called temptation bundling.
Temptation bundle. Sounds intriguing.
It's where you pair something you need to do with something you genuinely want to do. He gives that great example of the engineering student Ronan Byrne, who hacked his stationary bike so Netflix would only play if he was cycling at a certain minimum speed.
Huh. That's brilliant. Necessity meets desire.
It is. We're also, as humans, profoundly influenced by social norms, by the groups we belong to.
Peer pressure, basically.
In a way, yes, but it can be harnessed for good. By joining a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior, think about surrounding yourself with people who value fitness. If you want to get fit, that behavior becomes inherently more attractive because it helps you belong.
So if you want to be a reader, maybe join a book club. If you want to be fit, join a running group or a gym where people are consistent. It leverages our innate desire for belonging.
Absolutely. That social reinforcement is powerful.
Yeah.
Then we move to the third law. Make it easy.
Make it easy. This sounds good.
It is. We are all, quite naturally, followers of what psychologists call the law of least effort. Our default is almost always to do what requires the least amount of energy or friction.
We're inherently lazy.
Or maybe just efficient. So the goal here is simple. Reduce the friction for your good habits, make them as easy as possible to start, and conversely, increase the friction for your bad habits, make them harder to do.
How do you reduce friction?
Clear talks about priming the environment. This means literally setting up your physical or digital space for future success. It could be as simple as laying out your workout clothes the night before.
So you just roll out of bed and put them on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or making sure your healthy snacks are at eye level in the fridge while the junk food is hidden away. Making the good choice the easy choice.
I really like his 2-minute rule here. It feels almost counterintuitive at first, making a big goal seem so tiny, but it makes so much sense for just getting started.
It's brilliant for overcoming procrastination, isn't it? The 2-minute rule states that when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to actually do.
Less than 2 minutes.
So instead of a goal like read for 30 minutes every day, it becomes read 1 page. Or instead of work out for an hour, it's simply do 1 push-up.
Just one.
Just 1 to start. This ritualizes the beginning of the habit, the first step. It makes it almost impossible not to start, which, let's be honest, is often the biggest hurdle. You master the art of showing up.
Show up, start small. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the final law?
Finally, we have the 4th law. Make it satisfying. This one might be the most crucial for making habits stick long-term. The cardinal rule of behavior change is pretty simple.
What is it?
What is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. Our brains are strongly hardwired to prefer immediate rewards over delayed gratification.
We want the payoff now.
Exactly. So to make good habits stick, especially those where the real benefits are far off in the future, like exercise or saving money, we need to find a way to inject a bit of immediate pleasure or satisfaction into them.
How can you do that for something like, say, flossing?
Well, Clear mentions the example of Safeguard soap and Karachi. They made hand washing enjoyable by adding pleasant foam and scent. This immediate sensory reward led to significant health improvements because people liked washing their hands. For flossing, maybe it's the feeling of clean teeth or using a minty floss you enjoy. Find some immediate upside.
So finding a way to get that immediate win, that little dopamine hit right after doing the habit.
Precisely. Habit tracking is another powerful tool here. Simply marking an X on a calendar each day you perform. Your habit provides immediate visual proof of progress. That little streak is incredibly satisfying and motivating.
I've definitely found that helpful, seeing the chain grow.
Me too. And conversely, having an accountability partner, somebody you report your progress to, or even creating a habit contract with stakes, creates an immediate social cost or consequence for missing a habit. That avoidance of immediate pain can be a surprisingly powerful motivator too.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, truly? It's about becoming a conscious designer of your world and your approach. Making those positive choices you want to make effortless, compelling, simple, and immediately rewarding. It's a strategic shift, moving away from relying solely on willpower, which we know is finite,
And unreliable.
towards building an environment and a system that practically guarantees your success over the long haul.
That's the essence of it.
As we wrap up our discussion on atomic habits, what's the core, maybe the single overarching message you hope our listener really takes away from James Clear's work?
I think the core message is one of profound empowerment, really. It's that meaningful, lasting change doesn't require these monumental, overwhelming acts of effort.
No heroic feats needed.
No. Instead, it's the direct, cumulative result of those small, consistent, incremental improvements, your atomic habits, that compound powerfully over time. The book urges you, the listener, to shift your focus. Move away from fixating on fleeting outcomes.
Like the number on the scale or the bank balance?
Right. And focus instead on the robustness of the systems you have in place, on the identity you are meticulously building through your daily actions, and on how you can intentionally, strategically design your environment to support the person you truly aspire to become.
It's really about embracing that philosophy, isn't it? Focusing on what you can control today, those tiny choices, and understanding that the future version of you is being shaped moment by moment by the tiny battles you win or lose every single day.
Yes, perfectly put. And maybe one final provocative thought for you to consider. Something Clear highlights toward the end that I think is the ultimate test.
Oh, go on.
He introduces the Goldilocks rule, which suggests we experience peak motivation when the tasks we're undertaking are of just manageable difficulty. Not so hard they're discouraging, but not so easy they become boring.
It's the sweet spot.
Exactly. But then he issues a crucial warning. The greatest threat to long-term success isn't usually spectacular failure. It's the quiet, insidious creep of boredom.
Boredom, really.
Yes. The ability to keep showing up, to keep putting in the reps, to find satisfaction in the process, even when the work isn't new or exciting or novel anymore. That ability to persist through boredom is what truly separates the professionals from the amateurs in any field.
That's a powerful reminder. True mastery often involves falling in love with the the potential boredom of consistent, deliberate practice, doing the work even when the shine wears off.
It's the ultimate differentiator.
That's today's breakdown. While this discussion cannot replace the book's full text, it can offer a glimpse into its teachings. I hope you found this discussion helpful, and I look forward to sharing more. Let me know what book next you want to discuss.